Hey guys, it's SRC Reptiles, and today I'm going to be showing you the new reptile room because we have moved. So I'll kind of start to turn here and show you. So this is one side, and now it's still in the making. But we have where my planted tank's going to go, and I'm actually thinking of going the way of succulents instead of plants now that I do not have the hissing cockroaches that were living in the planted tank. I am going to just only have plants in there, and of course my grow lights and all that stuff. So this rest of here will be used for like storage for like blankets or whatever. Over here, where there's a bunch of, scotch, or not scotch tape, but masking tape and random stuff, is my 3D printer that I have right here that I have had for a while, but I've just never gotten it up and running because the house we lived in, the floor was very unstable. It bounced everywhere, so now I have it here in the reptile room. It is on one of my blanket cabinets that I use to store blankets in. So I really look forward to hopefully getting that up and running. I have a guy I work with that actually 3D prints a lot. So I'm hoping if I do have any questions, I can just ask him and he might be able to help. Over here, we just have a random storage cubby that's got like some of my few stuffed animals I kept from way back when I moved the first time, a fan, and a lamp. So here in the center, we have the bearded dragon tank, all of her supplies and just some random stuff down there. We've got, like I said, her tank. She's just chilling right here on her log. I have this piece of wood turned around since last time so she can actually climb up onto here and get up there a lot easier because I did raise that up a little bit so she'd be closer to the heat. So her tank really hasn't changed that much otherwise. I still would love to get something to go on the back of the tank, not inside of it, but the literal back of it to have as like a photo, for a little background so it's not just empty. On this side of the room, we have the TV stand that my corn snakes tank used to be on, and obviously I don't know if all of you have read the community post. But my corn snake I actually gave away to this guy that I'm good friends with. He's been breeding snakes for quite a while. He's in his 60s, if I had to guess, either mid to late 50s or early 60s. So that's just age range. He's been breeding snakes, I believe he said, for quite a while. I know he said he got out of snake breeding in like 2008 and then he picked it back up and later on. I can't remember, like maybe the mid-teens. But either way, he had never had a corn snake, and he'd always wanted to get one, so Raja's definitely going to be spoiled there. The tank I got for Raja, actually I bought from that guy. But the TV stand right here actually has the gargoyle tank on it. So her tank gets to kind of be in its own little area, which is really cool. I like having that as a little centerpiece. And then over here is where the gecko stands are. So here is everybody. We've got all of the ones that I'm keeping as pets. I'm going to be, for now, getting out of breeding. Maybe I might pick it up later on in life, maybe not. It's just really hard to make sales right now in the state that I'm in because a lot of people aren't really interested in dishing out $400, $500 for a tricolor baby. So I'm kind of just getting out of breeding for now. So we've got the 6 adults that I'm going to be keeping. Twix I'm going to be selling. We've got 2 babies that I am keeping, which Oddball, obviously I'm definitely going to be keeping. He's my metabolic bone disease baby that I took in. He's in this tank. And then Nyx was the only baby I produced that I'm going to be keeping, and it was extremely hard to pick which one I wanted to keep. But it was kind of a no-brainer. Hey, do you want to come out and say hi, or are you just, he likes to hide up there. Do you want to come say hi, or are you just going to be a turd? Everybody got some insects today as little treats for getting moved last night. But here is Nyx, and you can see why I decided to keep him. He is absolutely gorgeous. He's not even fired up, and he is this vivid. So I'm hoping he holds on to that color as he gets older, which, let me turn the actual light on in the room, and it will show his color off a little bit better. But you can see just how vivid his coloration is when he is this young. And if I remember correctly, Nyx was born on Christmas Day. So, which it tells on his tank. Whoop. And it's nice because the carpet in here is extremely fluffy and padded, so when they're this tiny, they just kind of bounce off the ground. They don't weigh much. His really thick frosted crests are just awesome, and the really gorgeous browns that he has. So that was a no-brainer for me. Aurora would have been my second choice when it came to babies that were really high patterned. And of course, like I said, I'm not going to be breeding. But let me turn this light back off because it's pretty bright. But Aurora looks a lot like Blaze, which is one of my adults. And I really didn't want to keep something that looked like something I already had. So I like to kind of have a variety of what my animals look like. So I decided to keep Nyx. But anyway, all of the other babies are marked down hugely. For instance, all of my tricoloreds are between $130 and $150, I believe is the prices I have on them. I used to have Jubilee, for instance. I used to be asking like $170. And one of the other babies, like Pumpkin, I used to have like $200 for him. He's now marked down to $130. Pop-Tart is $100. Aurora is, I think, $150. Tinsel, Quibbler, Uno, and Bolt is $130, but Tinsel, Quibbler, and Uno are all $100. So there's been huge price cuts because I've just been trying to get them moved. Sorry, I found something on my foot. But yeah, it's all the females went really fast, which was Trusty, Peep. I have to remember their actual names. Trusty and Peep, and Fudge, Gemstone, and oh, there was one more, and I can't remember the name at the moment. That bugs me so much. But either way, all the females went really fast. Oh, Jericho was the other one. Now, Jericho I did not produce, but like I said, I'm getting out of breeding, so I did not decide to keep her. She wasn't the most handleable baby, so I really just didn't bother keeping her, and like I said, I went ahead and sold her. So the sad thing is, when we did move last night, everybody has their tails except Uno and Bolt. We literally moved half a mile from where we lived. So we were on the road for maybe like 5 minutes at the most. And I drove pretty slow because I didn't want any of the tanks rattling around, because I moved all of the babies in my car. And then I had all the adults in their carry containers. And then I moved the tanks with my dad's truck. So yeah, I was really hoping that because the babies rode in my car and it's a lot smoother ride, and they were not in little totes, they were in their actual tanks, you know, not in like those little cups. I was hoping that they would feel a little bit more comfortable and safe and not as scared, but apparently that was not the case for Uno and Bolt. Both of those are either close to a year or over a year. And I was just really surprised that when we were carrying them in, my mom was like, oh, these ones are cute, but they don't have their tails. And I'm like, what? So yeah, I was quite sad. She is such a goober. She is so cute. But anyway, guys, enough of my rambling. I will say real quick, it's nice because every single room in this house has a closet, so I can actually store stuff in here. So we've got like the cat carrier, my space heater, the film for my 3D printer, some decorations and stuff. I'm going to be potentially adding one of those plants to this tank because I wanted something to go across the center, and that one has a lot of long fronds on it. And they luckily got those back in at Walmart. And then all of my Belisara stuff so far, I do still have some stuff to stick up here, but all of my Belisara stuff I have kind of pushed into this area. And it's so nice and organized now. I am really happy about it. So it's not just all taking up space on my dresser. And then like I have a couple bags that I hung from hangers that I have in here. So yeah, so much more organized. This deal right here, I'm not sure if I'll hang it on the wall. I will have to get the landlord's permission because that's probably a good 20 pounds. So I'd have to ask my dad exactly how safely we could hang that on the wall. But that's a display case that I had all of my chibis for Belisara and my miniature horses and everything. And I have a shelf that I want to make out of this piece of wood I brought home from work. It's like really awesome looking, and I'll put a picture in here just to show you. But I want to use that shelf for my little Baby Bella mini horses that I have. They're in that purple box there that say Baby Bella. And they're probably about this tall in height. They're maybe like 2.5, 3 inches tall. So I definitely want to have, if I'm allowed to hang this in here, of course, I want to have that somewhere in here. I'm not really sure. There's obviously a whole bunch of blank space over here, but I don't want it in the way of me having to lifting things, so maybe over there. I don't know, because like obviously I don't want it anywhere close to where the door opens, and over here it just still feels like it might be in the way. So, I mean, maybe we'll put it in the bedroom instead, our bedroom, but anyway, guys, I will probably go ahead and wrap this video up. Hopefully you enjoyed and found it interesting. Yes, even though I'm not going to be breeding anymore, and I'm not going to be making as much videos because I'm obviously still in the process of unpacking everything we've moved over, and we're still having to go over to the old place to get some supplies. So we're not fully done. So there's definitely not going to be a lot of videos coming anytime soon, but I wanted to get this out there so you guys kind of have a little update because, you know, it's nice to see some progress and stuff going on. So obviously I still will in the future make little care videos and stuff like that and just educational stuff. And here and there I might just post random stuff that has nothing to do with reptiles. The bearded dragon is waving. That is the first time I've seen her do that. I'm going to wave back to her and see what she does. Like, I tried to get her to do this the other day because I saw a video of this little baby that was waving to someone. But she wouldn't do it. No, she's not going to do it because I'm actually over here watching her. Well, anyway, guys, enough of my rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to support the channel. It always encourages me to make more videos. And it also lets me know what you guys actually are interested in, just obviously by seeing how many likes and comments and views are on certain videos. And obviously, now that I'm not really so much doing breeding, and that was what this channel was kind of about, that's why I said that I'm going to be kind of straying off and doing random stuff. So like today, for instance, I'm going to the zoo. So I'm probably going to be uploading videos from the zoo for you guys to get to watch. So that's going to be pretty cool, I think, because they've got some awesome reptiles there. It's a company picnic, so it's only my company that's going to be at the zoo. It's going to be closed for the public, so it's going to be awesome. So I'm definitely going to be checking out the reptile room because there is a gaboon viper they have there that is just badass looking. Obviously, they've got a whole bunch of other reptiles, newts, salamanders, amphibians, stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to be uploading some videos. And now that I have my new camera, or my new phone, the camera quality is so much better. It's awesome. So definitely a lot of great stuff has happened lately. Yes, it's really sad that I had to rehome my snake. I'm going to be rehoming the leopard gecko and my mouse as well. So that's going to be kind of hard too. Like, obviously I really love Twinkie, but the landlord didn't want any animals here that were going to have any kind of smell. And obviously, you know, that's inevitable. Like, I have lavender scented bedding in there right now for him, but it's still, I just don't want to bring him to the house and get in trouble or something, because obviously it's not worth us risking getting evicted because I wanted to have a mouse here. So it's just sacrifices that I have to make. And yes, it's not going to be the worst thing, and obviously people have to rehome animals all the time due to circumstances like this, but it's hard. So it was definitely difficult rehoming Raja, but it made me feel better. Like, the guy will send me updates every so often of how he's doing, which is great. So, and the baby geckos I have sold so far, which was 7 of them, had, I hope, gone to good homes. So it's hard to know, but at least when I get out breeding, I really won't have to deal with that stress of, are my animals going to good homes? Are they going to live a long, healthy life, or are they just going to die? So that's the one thing I at least won't have to worry about in the coming years, unless I do pick up breeding. Yes, I do want to get another snake in the future, maybe when we own our own house at that point, because, you know, you know how some people just don't like snakes. That's just how it is. So, but I probably will get something like a Kenyan sand boa. I've always really loved those snakes. Obviously, a lot of research will be done before I do anything in the future when it comes to getting snakes. So, but anyway, guys, enough of my rambling. I know that's like the second or third time I've said that. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.